Welcome to Himmel. I'm pleased to be involved in this second Zoom recital by members of the Nottingham District Society of Organists, courtesy the wonderful Ian Watts, who has put so much hard work into preparing these Zoom recitals. With due apologies to our Honorary Secretary, I'm going to play some Bach, 3 short pieces from the Orgelbüchlein. One for Christmas, one for the New Year, and one for the Feast of the Purification, though not actually in that order. I'm going to start with, let me see now, Dulci, jubilo. This is the version in canon between the right hand top part and the pedal. And I'm going to place the manual part on the great 8-foot flute. The pedal, which you will hear fairly easily, but not in any overpowering sense, is played on the pedal quintada with the swell 4-foot flute coupled through to it, just to give a little bit more firmness. I'm then going to move to the piece set for the Feast of the Purification, or one of 2 pieces in fact, and that is called Herr Gott, nun schleuss den Himmel auf, which roughly speaking means, Lord God, please open the front door. And that features the tune in the top part again, but with a sort of running cello bass, if you like, and an even more running left hand, tootling about all over the place in a really most attractive way. For that, I'm going to use the 8-foot and 2-foot in the left hand, tootling around, and in the right hand, I'm going to feature the 8-foot and 4-foot flutes and the 1 1/3 quint in the right, that's on the swell organ. The pedal will have a nice low profile, if you like, humdrum, 16 and 8-foot stop. You'll find the pedal action is a little bit noisy. No apologies for that, I think it's rather fun. Having said that, I am hoping to do something about it in due course. Finally, India ist Freude, which is on the great chorus, 8-foot flute, 4-foot principal and 4-rank mixture, and on the pedal, 16, 8, 4 and 16-foot fagot coupled to the great. Just in case you'd like to have a look at the organ, or a little bit closer to it, then you will see it in the performances. Here we are. It's by Degens Bradbeer. It was actually built in 1975. It comprises, as you can see, 2 manuals and pedals and 14 speaking stops. Immediately above the console is what I loosely term the swell organ. As it's easy to say, some people would call it a Brustwerk. Above that, we have the 4-foot principal of the great organ. Those pipes are made of 90% tin, and I think they sound very well. There's a separate pedal tower to the right. In the front is are some of the pipes, should I say, of the copper 8-foot principal. It's always a very underrated stop in an organ, I think. It's a marvellous way of securing a good independent and firm pedal when you haven't got a 16-foot open. So here we are, just looking at the swell organ. You have your 2 flutes, principal, and a quint flirter, it's called, along with a buzzy little crumhorn. Actually, it isn't really a crumhorn, I would say it's a régal. There are the pipes there, right at the front. Little sticks of pipes, and I shan't be using them. Then we have the grate and the pedal on the right. The grate has 5 speaking stops. I'm particularly partial to the cornet. I see that it seems to have moved around a bit. There we are, that's better. 8 for 2-foot flute, mixture 4 ranks, a cornet 2 ranks, which has a variety of uses. And a pedal, independent pedal of sub-bass of wood, octave of copper, as you've seen, a quintada, 4-foot. Those are stopped pipes with very low cut-ups to give a quite reedy sound, and then a quarter-length fagot 16. And then the couplers are actually below. You can see one of them is depressed at the moment because the last organist that played here forgot to release it. And they're very handy, especially if you don't have playing aids as such.